Simon Lewagama. My name is Noyesiga Prosper from UCC Kavari. And a GRC aspirant. So, my question is, we are talking about the act that encourages free and fair elections. But in the previous elections, to my side, the elections were not free and fair. Because there was some sort of vote rigging as the security, most of the police, they whatever, they were favoring the candidates from NRM, the current political party which is leading. So in this coming elections, what measures will you put so that the police will be favoring all leaders from both parties?
I want to
submit. Michael, what is your institution?
Kavala University.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to ask if Electoral Commission is an independent body. One, why is it chosen by executive? Yet we know that leadership of executive is political. I would wish, if possible, I can see the LRDCs here. Electoral Commission should be chosen by judiciary, because this effect is spreading even to local people. There is no way a president can keep choosing the head of Electoral Commission. I know the law protects him, but this can be amended because other laws have been amended. Thank you.
And I'm former Deputy Presidential Aspirant, Kavala University. My question, based on independence of Electoral Commission, and as I know, President appoints the Commission, and whoever has appointing authority has disappointing authority. And we have been experiencing elections where other presidential candidates are mistreated, arrested, and your commission has been silent on this. My Lord, I want to know...
Can we allow you to ask the question?
I want to know, my Lord, where does your independence of Electoral Commission stops? Because we have seen this happening even in by-elections. You see a Prime Minister who is in a position campaigning for a member of the party. So, my Lord, that is my question.
You have talked about free and fair elections in Uganda. Everyone to go where he wishes to be. And for example, here in the Great Lakes region, we have different institutions. And if we are to promote democracy in our country, we should start on the grassroots here. And here, one cannot stand on different political parties. They allow only to stand on independent. So I want to clarify us and to know the direction to go. Thank you. By God's grace, I wish you well.
We try to choose our MPs, or we do elect them, but under terms like supplying salt, as our chairperson of the Electoral Commission said, buying soaps to locals. How should we resist receiving salt or soap when actually we don't have any ways to resist them?
The clear reason as to why is the Gibson postponing the election for local council one leaders. And please go ahead and justify. Is that unfair? And as far as the election and vision of CC is concerned?
Measures to prevent bloodshed and arrests of political prisoners. First of all, let me say this unequivocally. Bloodshed in an election is unfortunate. It's unwelcome. It's unwanted. It's unnecessary. But let's look at what causes this. What causes these episodes that give rise to bloodshed or violence? As I said in my presentation, because people are not willing to abide by the law. if you abide by the law and know that this is an electoral process, where every citizen has a right to exercise his or her wish or consent on who should govern them, if we tolerate and respect one another's views or choices, if we do follow the campaign guidelines and programs of the guidelines that are issued by the Commission and the programs as agreed upon by the candidates, if we do not create a scenario or a situation where law enforcement will have to come in and try to maintain law and order using the tools at their disposal, depending on the degree of either the violence or whatever situation they have to deal with. We won't have it. It's a democratic exercise. It's not about how many bodies are fallen in order to determine who is more powerful or strong. So it's very easy to eradicate violence, because who perpetuates violence? Is it our cows in our homes? Is it our goats, our chicken? It is we, the people. We are the promoters and perpetrators of violence. So if at every level we all say no violence, we won't have violence. That's the only measure I can put in place. Otherwise, I do not have a prescription like a tablet which I will give every citizen that this is anti-violence, you swallow it, anti-violence, you swallow it, anti-violence, you swallow it. No, it's not there. So it's a question of choice. When God told Adam and Eve, you know, you can eat of all these other trees, but not that one. It's not that they did not have other fruits to eat, they were there. Choice. Adam, Eve allowed herself to be enticed. That's what I call enticing. And by the way, in life, you should always avoid unsolicited advice. Says that you can either contest as a flag bearer of a political party or as an independent candidate. Because there are those who don't subscribe to political parties, but they want to offer themselves for leadership. So that's why the law gave that option, that liberty, that if you are not tied into a political party, you can come as an independent candidate. It is your right. It's within the law. If it is found to be undermining the multi-party dispensational process, it can be amended. That's not for us as the Electoral Commission to propagate that. The independence of the Electoral Commission. The President is one who appoints, and therefore he has the power to disappoint. First of all, we are appointed in accordance with the Constitution. The President derives the power of whatever he does from the Constitution. Secondly, the Constitution clearly spells out the term of office of the Commission, including the chairperson. It's very clear. The members of the Commission shall hold office for 7 years. And the appointment will be renewed once. So the moment the instrument is signed, the President appointing me, I'm guaranteed of my 7 years. Unless an act of God intervenes. Or unless, under the Constitution also, under the Constitution, unless I conduct myself in such a manner, because the law says a member of the Commission may be removed from office by the President only for 1, inability to perform the functions of his or her office. 2, inability to perform the functions of his or her office arising out of physical or mental incapacity. If I went bonkers tomorrow, then the president has the power to remove me because I'm no longer in command of my mental faculties. I cannot take proper informed decisions in this important. So there, you remember the Constitution said, only if I suffer from physical or mental incapacity. B, misbehavior or misconduct. That's another ground. 3, incompetence. Those are the grounds on which I can be removed from office. So in other words, the Constitution contains sufficient guarantees of my security tenure and on the grounds on which I or any member of the Commission can be removed from office. Irrespective of the fact that I was appointed by the President. The law is very clear in this regard. Okay? So, and secondly, the independence of the Commission is also derived from the law. Because the Commission, the law is clear that Article 62, independence of the Commission. Subject to the provisions Commission, the Commission shall be independent and shall be performance of its functions not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority. Mind you, when we come to the general elections and the process is requiring the aspirants, those who are aspiring for the office of the president, to present themselves for nomination, even the incumbent, the who appointed me and the commissioners, comes like any other aspirant. He has to follow he has to abide or comply with the criteria set out in the law for him to qualify as a candidate. He must file his papers. The Commission must scrutinize those papers and determine whether they are proper or not. He has to come at the set time, because we give these candidates set times. You saw what happened in 2021, I think about 10 candidates. We gave each one of them the day and the time to appear for the Commission for nomination. The incumbent came and he appointed the time. His papers were presented, we scrutinized them. We also passed him, like we passed Katumba Oli and this. So therefore, I do not see where this originates from, that because you are appointed by a sitting president who later on becomes a candidate, and therefore you are not independent. You need proof to provide more particulars. For me as a lawyer, say, okay, if that's what you are, that's your assertion. Can you furnish me the evidence that throws our independence into question? That on such and such a day, you acted in a manner that did not conform to your independence. When we say the campaign schedules and programs, the incumbent must follow that enter, which has been said. We say campaigns must end at 6 p.m. or 6 or 7. The incumbent follows that, like anybody else. So how do we say we're not independent? At least it has never occurred to me that I'm not independent, unless you have evidence of that occurrence. Now, on the issue of presidential candidates being arrested and ECP being quiet, that's not true. In 2021, when I think one presidential candidate was arrested, was it Jabulani? I personally took the initiative and asked the Inspector General of Police, what was the reason for arresting my candidate, one of the candidates? Yes, I did. Again, you can only say that I'm not telling the truth if you bring evidence to show that I did not do it. initiative as a commission, and the police told us, look, this gentleman, this candidate has consistently defied or not defied compliance with the protocols set in place on mental health and as guided by the Electoral Commission. Because of COVID-19 pandemic, one of the measures we put in place was ban mass campaign rallies, as is the norm. On the advice and guidance of Ministry of Health, by the way, for information, Ministry of Health, on their part, were skeptical about the wisdom of holding elections in the midst of this raging pandemic. They were very skeptical. Said, Chairman, you are going to put the people's lives in danger. You are going to put us medical personnel under severe stress of trying to cope with the huge numbers of infections. Why can't you fight? But we told them, you know what? Article 61 clause 2 is inviolable. It's unmovable. Article 61 clause 2 says the Electoral Commission shall, and for us in the law, the moment the word shall appears in any statute or law, it is mandatory. You cannot chip off a dot or a comma from that word. So the Article 61 clause 2 says the Commission shall hold presidential, general parliamentary, and local government elections within the first 30 days of the last 122 days before the expiry of the term of the president, parliament, or local government councils, as the case can be. That is a command, because there will be no government. The government will expire on 12th May 2021, and after that, the big vacuum. The Constitution says, first of all, the President will have gone, the Vice President will have gone, the Speaker of Parliament will So the next in the order now is the Chief Justice to become the leader of government, or the head of state. So to avoid this scenario, we can have these elections by observing the accuse. But some candidates say, no, you are coming, your commission, what are you talking about? For us, we are going to have campaigns as normal. And then the people of Uganda, there is no democracy by the graveyard. Did you know that? There is no democracy in the graveyard. There is no right for voter to vote. So we said, but the lives of the people are paramount. Life is sacrosanct. So law enforcement have to come in and call the gentleman home. But in our discussion, they say he has committed, I said, if he has committed any of offense, take him to the courts of law. And I think that was what we had. But going forward, that's what we have in these engagements. And the measures we are putting in place is to engage with as many Ugandans as possible. That we can avoid these unfortunate episodes. We can avoid the bloodshed. We can avoid being defiant by simply obeying the law. It's for the good of everyone. The law tells us to drive on the left. For you want to drive on the right. Because that's what you think suits you. And law enforcement says, oh please pass it because you exercise it. You are a free citizen. No way. Law enforcement must come in to deal with errant individuals, whether you're a candidate or not. They will deal with you. So the choice is yours to say, okay, I will comply. Okay, that the Electoral Commission not be chosen by the President. As I say, that process of choosing the Electoral Commission is here, in the Constitution. But the law is not static. If the people of Uganda feel that this provision needs amendment, it is up to them. It's up to the people of Uganda through their elected representatives in the parliament. So you can start with the motion. You can start with through your member of parliament. So can we really look into this provision and have it changed to amend? You can start the process. It's a democracy. I think you have heard in Parliament people fighting tackling what they call private members' bill, something, or motion, private members' bill or motion. So you can say, but for now, the law as it is now is that the appointing authority is the president. But when he becomes a candidate, he is subjected to all other regulations and laws as other candidates. The only difference with an incumbent is one. He retains the facilities of the office of the president as is carrying out campaigns. It is here in the law. I know you have seen even in these countries who always want to quote the United States of America. President Biden is using Air Force One to run campaign. Why? It's very simple. The logic is very simple. Although this person is a candidate, he at all material terms is the president of the country until his term lapses on 12th of May. Are you trying to say that when we get to elections, even the president should step aside? Really? Because that means you are saying even the vice president should step aside. If the vice president is also a candidate. Is that what you are saying? No, I think let us follow the proper democratic processes. We still need a country that is stable. Uganda is not for elections. Uganda does not exist for elections. No. Elections are just one facet of a nation. There are other facets that make a nation. You must continue to have peace and stability. You must continue to have systems that are running in ensuring that there is continuity of government systems and processes. You must continue to have a system that ensures that revenue collection goes ahead unhindered. So you must have that. But that's why the law says, if the incumbent is a candidate, let him retain the facilities of that office. But, again, if the Ugandan people feel this should be changed, through Parliament, through Parliament. But these things have to be handled democratically, according to the rule of law. Yes, we try to elect the leaders, but they bribe us with salt. How can we resist them? Mr. Kawa, if I come and you say, you know what, man? Smoke is too much. This mobile money lady leaves very late, and I know where she passes. When you do that, we really have to rob that money. Would you accept to do that? Would you accept to go open with open eyes to commit an offense, to commit a crime? Because the law has said, Section 59 of Parliamentary Election Act. How does this? Talks about the offense of bribery. Yes, it says any person who gives bribery, 68. Any person who during an election tries, gives directly or indirectly to another person any money, gift, soap, beer, as a consideration to influence that person to vote for him or her, commits an offense. But also, a person who receives such money or gift or soap also commits the offense of bribery. The giver and the receiver, both of you are offenders. So receivers don't see, just being given after all the Lord asked. I'm innocent, you're a receiver of a bribe to vote. Therefore, you have committed. So bribery in elections involves both the giver and the receiver. So avoid committing crimes that may end in you being charged for the course of law, and probably prosecuted and sentenced. LC1 elections. Thank you very much. The one who asked this question. The Commission set out a program to conduct LC1 elections when their term is about to expire. However, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, elections are very expensive. Elections are an expensive affair. They require money, billions of shillings. For LC1 elections, I think the budget was about to 68 or something billion shillings. Not remember. Governments do not have that money. They could not raise that money to give it to us to conduct the elections at that time. Although the Commission was ready. However, subsequently, because government has so many competing demands, you see, the Minister of Local Government was given powers by law to extend the term of LC1 and LC2 committees. So as we speak now, the LC1 and LC2 committees are in place by law. At the appropriate time, when all factors are equal, we shall inform the country and hold those elections. So it's not the work of the Commission to say, let's just postpone. No, it's not the duty of the Commission. Whatever tax water, the last elections were not free and fair. State personnel were favoring near candidates. What measures are they put in place? In my view, the elections were free and fair. However, and listen to me carefully, ladies and gentlemen, there is a misconception that elections be free and fair, they must be perfect. There is no perfect election in any part of the world. Not there. Even these big democracies, which have been democratic more than us, there is no perfect election. That's why the framers of our law say that if there are irregularities, where the irregularities of a substantial nature so as to affect the outcome, that's the question the courts always look at. That if you are looking for a perfect election, it's not there. Why? We involve human beings in this election. We don't use angels. Maybe if we use the angels, we could probably say we are getting perfection. But we involve human beings from our communities. But by and large, in my humble view, the elections were free and fair. Because one, the outcome was ascertained, everybody knew. Secondly, whoever was aggrieved or not satisfied had delivered an opportunity to go to the courts of law and challenge the outcome. Yes, many did at parliamentary level. Many went to court, and some succeeded, others failed. That's democracy. That's the rule. Presidential, one candidate attempted to petition, but he pulled out before even the matter could be had. So, we are free and fair. However, as election managers, we always look at areas where issues emerge and which therefore could have impacted on what we would have wanted to be done in that particular electoral area. We always do a post-election evaluation or analysis. So, were there any issues in any area? How do we improve on that? You see, life is about improving. Life is about improving, finding other ways of making things work out better. On the issue of security, the law is very clear on the role of security. More especially the Ghana police force, with which we work during the electoral activities. Their role is to maintain law and order. And more specifically, their role is to provide an environment, a peaceful environment that enables the citizens of this country to go about the electoral activities in peace and in accordance to them. Their role is to ensure that the voters on polling day, they leave their homes, move to their polling stations without any obstruction, without any interference, and enabling environment that translates what is taking place into a free and fair election. That the voters have cast their votes. After polling has closed, the ballots have been counted properly by the presiding officers in the full glare of whoever cares to attend to witness the counting. The results have been captured on the declaration of results form peacefully. The agents of the candidates have signed the form, and an agent of the candidate has been given the DR form.